And Dani Babb joins her back in the Diamond District. Is a housing recovery being threatened by the banks? The ladies cover the housing market when Happy Hour returns. Nothing to do with either political platform.
Tell them to come on the show.
We'll book them.
Here's an open invitation to Happy Hour.
Alexander Snitker.
All right, give us a call. Email us, happyhour@foxbusiness.com, or you can find us on Facebook, as always. Welcome, everyone, to the Diamond District. The past 2 days bringing all sorts of positive reports on housing, making a lot of folks out there think, wow, are we finally nearing the end of this housing recession? Hold on, says Dani Babb, not so fast. She's the author of The Accidental Landlord and heads up the Dani Babb Group. Dani, good to see you. First of all, you've been out in California way too long. What is going on? I want you back here in the bar, doing business out there, Kelly.
I will be back next week, just working on business out here and getting things running. You know how it
okay.
goes.
All right, fair enough. The ladies got to do business. Okay, I have your talking points that you emailed to me. First of all, one of the reports out there that we all follow, the Case-Shiller Home Price Index, you don't like it. You say it's a bunch of bunk. Why?
Yeah, actually, I've used worse words than that, but the copy you have, I think, was a little gentler. First and foremost, this is an index that uses 20 metro areas, and I believe that they use one home in each of the 20 metro areas. One. That means that the sample rate is 20. It's completely statistically invalid. And also, we have to remember that they've now come out with their own ETF, which is UMM, where as the speculation of prices goes up, these guys actually make money. In my opinion, it's inherently biased now, and we need to throw the tool out the window.
Okay, the other thing in your talking points, you sent me a lot of them. The things that popped out to me, the 11% increase in sales means contracts. And a good point, Miss Smarty Pants there, because it doesn't mean they will all close, especially how tight the banks have become.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, first of all, there's a few points here. The Commerce Department releases an estimate of what they think month-over-month sales will look like. We had an 11% increase. Everyone was all excited. We sold 32,000 more homes. It's 0.01% of existing 3 million home inventory. So that's point number one. And then point number two is exactly what you said. It's contracts. Part of the problem here is we don't know if these are actually going to close. We've got so many foreclosures here where it's caused the appraisal price to come in so significantly lower because the foreclosed homes are coming in so cheap. Appraisers are now looking at those foreclosed homes and using them as comps, which completely throws off people being able to buy a home.
Which is part of the reason I couldn't refinance, because they appraised my home so low based on foreclosures in the area, and also that loan to value, instead of being 80%, it's now 65%. Do you think all of that is fair? Is that the right way to appraise a home?
No, in fact, the government has introduced an intermediary now into the appraisal process that will probably make this worse, at least for the time being. I don't think that it's the right thing to do. Unfortunately, there was so much pressure put on appraisers from the boom in the 2005-2006 markets that now they're going the other way and they're being super conservative. But on top of that, the banks just decide on their own, we're going to take an appraisal, we're going to take two of them, we're going to take the average, and then we're just going to take 10% off. And you can still have your refi, but you need to come in with cash. Show me somebody that can do that. There's a reason that we're refinancing.
Oh, yeah. They wanted me to come up with $161,000. I said, oh, yeah, sure. Let me go ask my husband about that one. And here's more reasons from your talking points in this email why we shouldn't get so excited about these numbers, folks, because Dani emailing to me about foreclosure moratoriums, how the banks were putting the foreclosures on hold. Well, now they're saying, hey, no more free ride. If you can't pay your mortgage, we're going to kick you out. And you're also comparing year over year. Although, you know, we did have a bubble year, you know, you still need some comparison. We're basically in the tank.
Yeah, we're down 21% if we seasonally adjust the numbers from last year. That's not a good sign, but everybody's excited about the two numbers that came out. That's actually a bad sign. We also have the foreclosure moratoriums, just like you mentioned, that have ended in most states now, and those are going to hit the market at exceedingly low prices, which is going to put more downward pressure on prices, which is going to keep more appraisals from coming in at full market value or even purchase price value, which is going to keep more of those contracts that we talked about at the beginning of this segment from actually closing, which is just a problem that's going to continue to happen, particularly as more of these foreclosures hit the market.
And the last point here, Dani Babb, folks, says that all those tax rebates, they expire when? In November, Dani? So they're kind of propping up the market artificially.
They are propping up the market artificially, and we also know that people are now interested in leaving the high tax states, California and New York being the two, and going to some of the lower tax states. Now, this is really good news for the Vegas and South Miami markets, which have been hard hit by the real estate bubble. So it's good news for them, but overall it's bad news for the market. We have to really pay attention to these numbers and dig into what they mean and not just look at 11% sales and get all excited about it. I'd love to be euphoric in this market, but these numbers just don't support it.
Me too. Yeah, I'd love the value of my house to go back up. Dani Babb, thank you very much. We'll see you back here in New York next week.
Sounds good. Take care.